If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you...
Guys, hope you guys like the new intro. I am just trying to find a intro that I like the most, so I'll be experimenting with new ones. So yeah, today kind of really sucked. So, well, actually the past 2 days have sucked. So, yesterday I got a detention for being on my phone that I gotta go to tomorrow. And then today, I guess Mom was having car problems, so she took it into one of our buddies' Sears, and apparently she had a head gasket. So she's like, "Oh, head gasket, keep you updated." I was like, "Okay, whatever." Well, apparently, oh damn. Oh well, a little bit of gas on her, but apparently it wasn't just her head gasket. Her whole engine block basically shit itself. So, if you don't know what an engine block is, basically, well, I'm not going to explain it to you. Here's a picture right about now. Engine block is, after that picture, basically what it is it holds your cylinders, your pistons, your cam, your crank, your rods, basically everything internal is what a block is. Then the engine is like your pulleys, your turbos, your exhaust, the whole engine is like what makes it go. Mowing, and I've done some stuff that I haven't done before, so I think the mower might be a little bit failed. We mulch our stuff, so it's not going to be clippings. It's just stuff that gets caught up. So let's flip the mower here, and let's see. Actually, not even really that bad. It's usually not around this time, but I just make sure that usually this all gets clogged with grass, and you gotta spend like 15 minutes cleaning it. Really, all I think I gotta do is this clump. Decent size amount. Not really all that bad. Just get back here and clean that shit all out. Ugh. All that wet grass and stuff on here, caked on basically. And it's not all that bad, but I just want to make sure it doesn't get clogged if we leave it for a little bit and come back and mow it. But it's actually not that bad, but whatever. Alright, back in the house. Wednesday, and I was supposed to have a detention today, but okay, so here's the story. So I got the detention I told you guys yesterday. Well, today I go for the detention, and I show up and he's like, "Oh, hey Teddy, hey, whatever." And he says, "Oh, so you were faithful and showed up. Apparently I had bus duty, and it ended at 3 and it'd just be too long. So how about I just let you go?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I have bus duty, and I don't want to drag this out. And you know what you did wrong, and everything." And I was like, "Yeah." And then he goes, "But we have to make a deal, and in the morning, if you have any questions, you have to ask me." And I was like, "All right, whatever. Deal." So I got out of it. My grandma is having surgery tomorrow on her, I think they're called hernias. But hers is real bad because apparently it wasn't that bad. It was just a hernia. But now they're saying that there's some intestine hanging out of the hole or split crack thing, whatever they are. So instead of being in the hospital for like a day and a half, it's gonna be anywhere from a day and a half to like a week. So yeah. But the good thing is, Mom's car blew up basically when we needed it to. well, okay, not that I'm saying it's a good thing that the car blew up. Since Grandma is, going to be in the hospital and not being able to go outside and run errands, my aunts are taking care of that. Mom got my grandma's car until we get something for her. I'm thinking probably a Tahoe, but I really don't want a Tahoe because it's a Chevy and I'm a Ford guy, so it really doesn't mingle much. People say, oh, you can only have, like, Ford trucks. Like, I like Ford first, then Dodge, and then Chevy. Like, and people are like, no, you can't, like, Chevy, Ford, and Dodge. Yeah, you can. I like Ford and Dodge a hell of a lot more than I like Chevy. Now, people say, oh, why do you have favorite brands of cars and stuff? It could just be, people like the body styles, the engines. I know me and a couple other people, we like the Fords and the Chevys and the Dodges because we grew up around them, My dad has a Ford. He's had Ford trucks for basically his whole life. My uncle has a Ford. And that's, he's got a Ford truck and he's got an Expedition. And that's it in my family. The rest of them, well, let's see. Mom had a Nissan. My grandma has a Toyota. My aunt has, my one aunt, my dad's older sister. No, just a bone. Just his antler. Okay. My aunt has a Honda. My uncle has a F1, like a 90s F-150. And then my aunt, my aunt over across the river from us has not a Nissan, a Toyota. And then Micah, my cousin, has a Subaru, and his parents have Toyota. So it's kind of basically a Ford, Toyota kind of deal in our family. Even the Toyotas, I hate the RAV4s from the 07s because my dad had one after his truck. I forget the story about the truck, but my dad had gotten a 07 RAV4 because my uncle has a landscape business and his buddy had a old Ford truck that he didn't need anymore, so he gave it to my uncle. My uncle really didn't need it, so he gave it to my dad, and something happened with it. I forget what, but we needed the car, so we bought a 07 RAV4, and they are basically notorious for recalls. If you don't know what a recall is something is found wrong with the car, like an airbag or suspension wise. Well, the problem with this was there was a recall on the rear suspension, something or another, like coil. I forget, I think it was a leaf spring car or something like that, I don't know. But she was driving to a funeral to somebody, I don't remember, but she was, I guess, had gone around a curve or something and then was on a straightaway. Well, the rear suspension went out on her, and she got pretty fucking scared. And I was with my dad. Oh, we had 3 vehicles at the time, I think, right? Yeah. We had the Nissan, we had the Toyota, and Dad had the truck. Shit. Wait, what? Yeah. I forget what the Nissan was. I think it was in the shop or something. Actually, I don't even fucking remember, but, I was with my dad in the truck, and we were going to his work over in Lancaster. And Mom calls us all frantic because she's scared as hell because she didn't do anything. The rear suspension just went out because of the recall. And we were going to have it. They said, oh, everything's fine. Bullshit. It obviously went out. Now my aunt, Micah's mom, has an 07 RAV4, and my aunt has my grandma has an 07 RAV4. And none of them have had problems. They've had the same recalls, but nothing has happened. I think it's just because we put more miles on our cars. Dad, I think, like round trip to his work has like a 70-mile round trip. So he puts on some pretty good miles. Like in 2 days, he puts basically 100 miles on a vehicle. So we need something to last. Well, the suspension went out, so obviously. So we call up our buddies at Baker's. They bring out a rollback, put it on the thing, go to York Toyota, and which is our nearest Toyota dealer, and they take it off. It looks fine. Coming down the rollback, it hits the thing. The axle was straight, but the body, actually no, the body was straight. The axle had been pushed out like 6 inches this way. So here's the body. The axle usually sits like midway, like halfway across, like this. The axle was shifted like that. So obviously, and the mechanic, well, the tow truck guy goes in and says, there's a problem with this thing, do something about it. And they're like, oh no, there's no problem. Dad goes in, I go in with him, and we're like, dude, there's a problem, and it's the recall stuff. Mom goes in and flips shit on them, and they basically ran. And the girl was like, oh, okay, we'll get this fixed. So this is at York Toyota in York, PA. So if you wanna, go flip shit on them. I mean, I have nothing horrible against Toyotas. I just don't like the RAV4s. I like the Supras and the trucks. The Tundra and the Tacoma, their TRD package is actually really cool. I like those, but the other ones, I really don't care. Yeah. So off of that rant, I'm gonna end this vlog, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe I might be able to do a combined weekend vlog, because I'm going camping at Jellystone, the place where Yogi Bear and the picnic baskets are. So maybe I'll get some video of that. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later.